Reached the very last installment in this series, 7 Mistakes High Achievers Make When Choosing Their Next Career Step. You can read the introduction to the series as well as all the previous mistakes at the link above. Today, let's jump into mistake number 7, which is expecting the process to be linear. So there's 4 levels of problem solving that you have to do when you're figuring out your next career step. First, there's level 1, which is meta problem solving. How are you even going to solve this problem? Then there's level 2, strategy. Which direction overall should you be going in next? Then there's level 3, execution. What specific companies and roles are you actually going to be applying for? And then there's level 4, tactics. How are you actually going to get the interviews, pass the interviews, negotiate your offers, et cetera, et cetera. Now, you would think that you would tackle those 4 levels of problem solving in a linear fashion. First, you'd figure out your process for even solving this whole problem. You'd decide something like, I'm going to set the strategy for my next step by doing a career assessment and then having 2 conversations each with 3 of my mentors and then having 1 conversation each with these 5 peers that I really respect and giving myself 3 days of reflection time. And by the end of that, I'm going to have my overall strategy for my next step. Then I'm going to search on these 4 job boards and reach out to these 50 people in my network in order to surface the specific companies and roles I want to apply for. Then to apply to those companies, I'm going to find common connections, get a warm referral, customize my resume and my cover letter with ChatGPT, and email the recruiters and the hiring managers when I apply. Then to prep, I'm going to use ChatGPT to prep for my interviews and help it find areas to improve. And then once I have a few offers in hand, I'm going to negotiate them using advice from my friends who've done this before. So you lay out this whole process ahead of time, you know your exact roadmap, your exact milestones, and then you just put your head down and you execute that plan. That sounds like an absolutely lovely fantasy, but I don't know a single person whose job search process actually went like that. Maybe unless you went through something like on-campus recruiting. The reality is that most of the time when you're searching and figuring out your next career step, you tackle the 4 levels of problem solving circularly. So you start out by saying something like, well, let me just search for job postings on LinkedIn and drop some applications. That's level 3 of problem solving, execution. Then you're like, oh crap, I got an interview. Okay, how do I prepare for this interview? That's level 4 of problem solving, the tactics. Then you're like, wait, hang on, do I even want this job? What do I even want to be doing next? That's level 2 of problem solving, the strategy. Then you're like, wait, how do I even figure out what I want to do next? Maybe I should go talk to some mentors, but I don't want to bother them. And I feel like I'm going to sound like a total mess when I talk to them. So maybe I'm going to start by just reading this book. That's level 1 of problem solving, the meta problem solving. Then you're like, wait, it's been a few weeks. I haven't really done anything. I should apply for a few more jobs. What should I apply to? That's level 3, execution problem solving. Then you're like, wait, hang on, this job actually looks pretty cool. Is this the direction that I should be going in next? That's level 2, strategy problem solving. Then you apply to that job and you're like, oh, they're not getting back to me. How do I actually make them interview me? That's level 4 problem solving, the tactics. And then you're like, wait, maybe I can't even get this kind of job. Maybe I'm not qualified. So should I be aiming for something else altogether? That's level 2 of problem solving, strategy, and on and on and on. And you keep swinging through all the 4 levels of the problem solving process. Now, there is nothing wrong with this process. You are not going around in circles when you do this. You actually are making a little bit of progress every single day along 4 different dimensions. And swinging back and forth along these dimensions is often the best way to do this because every level of problem solving feeds into the others. Figuring out your next step is not like just knocking down a set of dominoes that falls down neatly one by one. It's much more like solving an interconnected puzzle box where you keep turning around and making a couple of nudges on each side, and each little movement feeds into the next until the puzzle box is unlocked. The problem here is not that the process isn't linear. The problem is that high achievers tend to think that the process should be linear. And then you beat yourself up for quote unquote going around in circles, when in reality, you are 100% on track. And all you need to do is keep on going. Keep making a little progress every day on one of those 4 levels of problem solving. Keep letting each little step forward feed into and inform your next step. Keep swinging across the 4 dimensions of problem solving and pushing them forward bit by bit, and you will unlock this puzzle box. And if you find yourself getting stuck, I want you to come talk to me. You can drop by anytime for a no strings attached coffee chat. It's not a sales pitch or a sales call, just an opportunity for us to talk about whatever's on your mind, and I'll give you some one-off coaching and brainstorming about your situation. The link to book a coffee chat is above. Or you can also book a consult call, and we can map out what a full coaching engagement might look like. So you can not just get unstuck once in this process, you can actually stay unstuck for the entire process until you've landed in your dream next role. The link to book a free consult call is above. Or if you're listening on Instagram, all the links are in my bio. If you're listening on the podcast, all the links are in the episode description.